Great.
Hey everyone, my name is Alma. I don't really have a nickname. It's really hard to shorten up a four-letter name. But a nickname I do have amongst my friends is Llama. It's a very long story, but it's a username I use now. But it's a little nickname they've given me. It's a really stupid little story. But for the most part, everyone calls me Alma. I don't really go by anything else. I'm from California. So originally I was born in Fontana, but I didn't grow up there. I grew up in Pico Rivera. It's a very small city down here near Whittier or Montebello, if you guys are familiar with that area. Most people aren't. They're more familiar with areas like Los Angeles. I don't know. But I'm from Pico Rivera. That's what I call home. I grew up here with friends. I went to school here. I graduated here. I had my first job here. So it's a really awesome little place I grew up in. Another place that I would consider home, though, would be Montebello. I lived there when I was younger. I spent a lot of my childhood there with my cousins, and so they're really close cities. And I really love going there a lot to visit family, so that's what I would consider my home. It's really hard to keep count what year university you are. So when I read that question, like, what year are you in university? I wasn't really sure what to answer because, like, for the most part, I always go by, like, freshman, senior. Well, not freshman, senior, but you know what I mean. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. But I am on my fourth term this semester in this program. I started last year, fall of 2018, fall 2. And so far, this is my fourth semester, fourth quarter. I'm not really sure what they're called, but my fourth term this semester, or fourth term. When I wanted to grow up, well, I did grow up. I always had this goal to study human behavior and, trying to help people with some form of communication. A lot of this was inspired through like shows where like there were mind readers. There was people who could read people's body language and automatically tell what was going on with them and solve mysteries. And so like a lot of the times I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna be a detective. I'm gonna solve all of life's mysteries by reading people's human body language, by reading into the words they say. And so as I got older, I realized, oh, there's a field for this, communication studies. And so during my AA, when I was getting my AA at ELAC, East Los Angeles Community College, I discovered communication studies and realized that that was a way to study the way humans communicate through verbal or nonverbal communication. And so I continued that journey when I went to Cal State Long Beach. I received my undergrad or my bachelor's at Cal State Long Beach. And when I was there, I also got a lot of not experience, but I got a little more of an in-depth look into what communication can branch out into. And so through there, I picked up classes like negotiation tactics, what was the other one? Mediation, and like nonverbal communication, multicultural communication. And so it was in the mediation class that I discovered, oh, there's a title or there's a label for something that I want to do, which was, studying the way people communicate, but also helping them get along together. And so through there, that's how I ended up in this program. However, in this program, it also has been kind of a little bit of a struggle for me, not material-wise, but like trying to decide what I want to be when I grow up. Because, I didn't realize how much more branched out this field was. I didn't realize there was more to communication or conflict resolution in this field, such as mediation, restorative justice in schools, and community and conflict. And so that really piqued my interest, and I didn't realize that there was more to this field. And so right now I'm still in the process of trying to figure out where I want to fit myself into. But overall, I know that I do want to help people communicate that bridge of communication in order to thrive and survive everyday life. My expectations of this class is to learn how conflict affects bigger groups and communities. From the beginning of the program, we did take classes from Dr. Jarrett, such as theories of conflict. We also took classes like communication and conflict with Dr. Witherspoon and public policy with Dr. Datstone. I'm so sorry if I butchered her name. I didn't know how to pronounce it. But overall, I chose this course because I felt like why not expand our tools or skills to understanding how conflict affects different areas and different dynamics and levels of relationships. And so I really also want to take this course because I want to give back to my community through the courses and the skills I've learned throughout my experience, especially because restorative justice has piqued my interest a lot more because we do have a restorative justice program in the city. And so I felt like, well, what better way than to understand how communities are affected by conflict? And to give a little bit more about myself, I have worked, as I said earlier, I have worked for the city for almost 2 years now. I used to work as a classroom reach leader, which would basically, in a nutshell, have me kind of like, if you guys are familiar with the Boys and Girls Club, I work with kids in an after school program, and it's been a really great experience doing that. I work through the Parks and Rec department, which is ironically my favorite show. When I first applied to this job, I didn't know that it was related to that. So it was a really happy coincidence for me to know that I was working for the Parks and Rec department. Now I'm currently working for a summer food program, which is really great. I get to interact with a lot of community members and get to know them more. I'm also an active member at my local church. I'm a leader there too. And I've learned a lot about conflict, not because, conflict isn't restricted to just any place, like throughout all my experiences, whether it be at my job, through my church experience, through my family experiences, I have learned a lot about what conflict looks like. And so I'm really looking forward to this class because I want to apply what I've learned about conflict resolution and peace building in order to help those around me and to help those who are affected by conflict every day. And so I'm really excited to take this course. I'm really excited to see what's in store for me and what everyone else has to contribute to this class, because I know that all of our experiences together will teach us a little bit more about what we can do, what not to do, and maybe new ideas that we haven't learned yet. So I'm really looking forward and hope to get to know all of you soon.